So let's come into a Shavasana type position. You can go ahead and spread out. And either close your eyes or just take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And let your next couple of exhales help you release whatever you've been holding. And then throughout the class, in each pose, we can use the breath to explore, using the inhale to look for or create spaciousness, more expansion. And use each exhale to look for more ease, more surrender, more letting go. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's begin by sliding arms overhead, stretching out long through your arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes, maybe a little longer through one side and then the other. And then interlace your fingers and press out through your palms and flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, releasing deep into your hip crease. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg for a gentle hamstring stretch. Flex and point your right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. And then bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Finding your edge, not going beyond your limits, but right up to them. Breathing here. And then release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. Feeling around within the pose, seeing what you're actually noticing now. Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal and your right arm on a high diagonal. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, take a little circle or rock with your knees. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close, maybe give it a little jiggle. Straighten your left leg up, flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Grounding down through the back of the right leg, finding just the right amount of effort to hold each shape, and then letting go what's not needed here. Let's bend the left knee, bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then straighten the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees and then drop your feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a little bit of core work. Start by drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Interlace your fingers behind your head and then exhale, lift the head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down, up and down. Let's take 2 more. Last one. And then release down. Take your right leg up and then exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. One more on this side. And then release and switch. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Last one. Release and switch again. Right leg high. This time take your left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. And then switch. Left leg high, right arm across. Keep relaxing the face, keep engaging abdominals. One more. And then release. Stretch long through your arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. And then bring your knees back in. Another little circle or rock. And then roll your way up to sitting. And we'll come all the way into a high push-up position. Setting your hands near the front of the mat. Step your feet back and bring your whole body into a straight long line. So that core work we were just doing hopefully brought a little awareness to those muscles, using your core strength to lift you up, support you. You might take a little shift front to back, and then shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up. Come into your back bend, and this could be low or high, cobra or up dog. Kind of test the waters on this first one. How is this in your back today? Sometimes you don't know how you're doing until you start moving. So feeling around, what do you notice now in this shape? Come back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. And take your time getting into this first down dog of class. So as you come into each shape, start with what you know. Use what you've learned, however much or little that is. And then be curious. So no matter how much or little you already know, what are you noticing? We can all be curious. You don't have to have words for what you're noticing. You don't have to know the anatomy in technical terms to feel. Let's drop the knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Just a reminder that you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one, whether you rest when I'm suggesting it or some other time. When you come back to a rest, that could be a good place to refocus your attention back on what you're doing. What are you feeling right now? Slow down your breath again. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come back through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. We'll lift up through table, come back through down dog, and then walk your hands and feet towards one another, and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Can bend your knees a little or a lot. You're welcome to use support through your arms or just let them hang. Bend your knees a little more and then slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, stacking up. And we'll come up to the front of the mat into a mountain pose. Your feet can be together or apart. If the feet are apart, just check that they're parallel. Hands together at the heart, standing nice and tall. Again, feeling core strength supporting you, drawing the belly in to bring support and length to your back. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Next, inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog, and please take the time you need for all your transitions. You might move faster or slower than I'm speaking. Listening to your body. Let's take 5 breaths in any resting pose. So down dog could be a rest for you. You could stay here. You might come back to child's pose. You could come to sitting or onto your forearms or knees, really any neutral shape. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, when you're ready, take your right leg up to the ceiling, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest, working core strength. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across for a little side bend. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist, take it across. And back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go. Even with all the effort, can you find ease? Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one, drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Sink low, deep bend in that front leg, straight long back leg, core engaged, shoulders dropped. Last breath. Release, hands to the floor and make your way back to down dog. Feeling what you're doing. Using each transition to take good care of yourself. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. You could also do this from hands and knees. You could do this from your forearms. Customizing each thing we do so it works for your unique body right now. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. And then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, hips low. Let's grab the right wrist. Take it across, little side bend. Come over to the other side, grab the left wrist, take it across. Back to center, interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time, the way you don't normally cross. Lift the heart, but feel grounded, hips dropping, feet firmly planted. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Keep stretching that back leg straighter, longer, higher. Keep letting go. And relax the face even more. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one, inhale, arms up. Deep bend in the front leg. One more breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog. So that could be through a vinyasa, could be just stepping back, or you might move in some other way. And then come back to a good resting pose for you. Down dog is one option, not necessarily the best option. For some of us, something more passive would be better. More important than the shape is coming back to a quality of presence. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips nice and low, head reaches high, shoulders drop low. Feel what's going up, what's going down, the two ends reaching away from one another. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, shift forward and find your balance. And you're welcome to keep your torso high and your leg low. You can bend or straighten the supporting leg, any arm position. Using everything you know about your body. Using the feedback that your body's giving you right now. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one, just one breath. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, just one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Exploring your edge, your limits, and then seeing how much wherewithal you can bring to this experience. Can you feel your face and relax? Can you feel your breath? Last breath here. Step back, warrior one. Release through your movement transition, whatever that is. Come back to a good rest. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Letting go of everything we've just done, everything we might do. Last deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, 1 breath. Come in and then we'll step right back to Warrior 1. From here, let's take eagle arms. We're going to cross the right elbow on top of the left. Put some pressure between the elbows like you're going to pull them apart, spreading the upper back. As you do this, can you still deep bend in the front leg, belly in, so there's nice and length through the lower back. And then shift your weight forward. Come onto the toes of that back foot and step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee. If you can hook your ankle around your calf, do so. If it doesn't reach, just hug it in close. Last breath here. Release, unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel free to grab a block for your bottom hand or bend your bottom leg. When you're ready, roll open through the top arm, expanding left hand high, left toes reaching away from your head, going towards straight long lines. Last breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, you might just step back, you might move around in some other way. Slow down your breath. Feel what you're doing right now, just one thing at a time. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, 1 breath. Come in and then step right back to Warrior 1. From here, we'll come into eagle arms, left elbow on top this time. Pressure between the elbows like you're going to pull them apart, spreading the upper back. Start to shift your weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot, and then step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee. Deep bend in the supporting leg. Nice long spine. Last breath here. Release, unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And just a reminder that as we go towards balance, we're also making space for wobbling and falling. Just as useful as being able to successfully balance would be ease while wobbling and falling. So while you're doing whatever you're doing right now, can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady? Last breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog, feeling what you're doing, taking your time. And then again, settling into a good rest, letting go. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. from here, let's come into a twist. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. If you can't get your elbow, you might use your forearm. As you're twisting, can you still lengthen your spine? Last breath here. Come back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing other side, right elbow across. Going to your limits, feeling how it is to be here, right here in your body. Last breath. Come back to center, hips low, arms high. Let's interlace fingers behind your back, lift the chest, and then fold forward, wrapping arms overhead. And you can separate your feet hip width apart or wider. If this is too tight for your shoulders, you can also separate your hands by holding something between them, a strap or scarf or something. Let's release the arms all the way down. Let that go. And we'll lower the hips, come into a squat, Malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you can turn your toes out or widen your stance. If your heels still don't come to the floor, it's fine to balance on the toes, as long as that feels okay for you. If that's not feeling great, you could sit on something like a block, or put support under your heels, like a blanket or cushion. I'm gonna open up the knees using the elbows. Roll the shoulders back and down. We'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha. Same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Now engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom, connecting that to the top. Feel the full length and space that your spine takes up, your torso. And then release. Come back to a forward fold, feet back to parallel. Any arm position you like here. You might grab your big toes. You could give your own neck and shoulders a little squeeze. In a moment, we'll make our way back to down dog. If you want to get a crow pose in on your way there, you're welcome to do that. And either step or hop out of it. If you're not interested in doing crow today, you can just step back or take a regular vinyasa, finding your way to down dog. Feeling whatever it is you've chosen to do. From down dog. When you're ready, right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's come into a twist. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. And there are many variations of this. If there's a different one you'd rather, you're welcome to drop the back knee and do a low lunge, to take a different arm position. Last breath here. Let's release. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, you could roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket down or cushion down. We're going to come back for a hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward and then flex the toes back. Hands right under shoulders as high as you need them. If you don't have blocks but you need something, you might look around your room. Perhaps you have something you can use, or you could use your hands on your shin. If any of you want to slide further forward towards splits, Hanumanasana, you're welcome to. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. To release from this, let's come into a pigeon pose. So one way of transitioning is to take your left hand to your right foot, bring it across towards the left side of your mat, and then lean your weight forward, bending the right knee. And that may get you close enough to pigeon that you could adjust however you need to. You may need to adjust the angle of the front leg. If you got lost, just find your way there. Pigeon pose on the right side. If any support is useful for you here, feel free to put a little something under the right hip, under the chest, under the forehead. And at any time, if pigeon is not working for you, you might use a figure 4 pose instead. Gets at the same thing without the pressure on your knee. Last breath here. Let's take our time releasing, coming back up and making your way to down dog. Maybe a vinyasa, maybe some counter stretch, maybe just stepping back. When you're ready, from down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up, and then take a twist here. Right elbow across. Taking whatever variation you did on the first side. If you did drop the back knee or take a different arm position, feel free to do that again. Last breath here. Let's release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee. Pat it if you like. Inch the front foot forward. Flex the toes back. And at any moment you might go deeper. You might back out slightly. We are playing at the edge, feeling what's possible, but being careful not to overdo it or overstretch or go with past information. I know for me, my body feels really different on different days, depending on how much I've slept or what time of day it is, or lots of factors. So it's important to really listen. Maybe what worked last time isn't a good idea right now. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. And then we'll find our way to pigeon pose. One way you might do so is to bring your right hand to your left foot, take it across, and then shift your weight forward. Take your time finding the angle that suits you. You can make all sorts of adjustments. Any adjustment you make will have an effect. And in the beginning, it's very useful for a teacher to tell us perhaps exactly what to do, but as soon as you're ready to take the reins, there is no right or wrong way. There's ways it's been done before by different bodies, and then there's your body right now. So it's really a matter of what am I feeling, what am I noticing, and then through trial and error, learning this body as best you can. Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. We'll make our way back to down dog through some movement transition. Then come all the way through to sitting. So we're going to take a cow face pose, go Mukasana. So for this, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. And as best you can, you're trying to get knee on top of knee. So you might kind of scooch your ankles either out to the sides or back towards your hips. And for some bodies, this is going to be really tight. So if it's tight for you, a few things you could do are put a little something under the hips. A little lift under the hips may help. Or instead of bending the bottom leg, you could straighten it. So finding how this works for you right now. And then to try and get that right hip a little more grounded, we're going to bring the left elbow across, right hand into a fist, and then push down. So this not only grounds the legs, but gives us an opportunity to twist. As you twist, lengthen your spine. Getting deep into that right hip. Nice twist. Keeping both hips grounded, let's release the upper body around to the front and then cross the right elbow on top of the left, eagle arms, pressure between the elbows, spreading the upper back. Sit bones grounded, but lengthen up away from that. Lots of space in the torso. And then release. Let's interlace fingers behind the back. Open up the chest. You can stay upright or fold forward. And folding may be just dropping your head, or it could be coming part way or all the way to the floor or over your legs, maybe even reaching arms up and back away from you. And then release, unwind, and switch sides. So we'll bring the left leg on top this time. Scooch knee on top of knee. If you want to set up a little lift under the hips or straighten the bottom leg, take whatever variation works for you. And then right elbow across, left hand into a fist, press down to open up the left shoulder, grounding down through the left sit bone. Last breath here. Keep the sit bones grounded. Release the upper body around to the front. Left elbow on top. Eagle arms, spreading the rib cage, spreading the torso, long and wide. Release, interlace fingers behind the back, other thumb on top. Open up through the chest and then fold whatever amount. Could be just dropping the head and you meet your edge. If you're able to fold deeper, find your limits. And then release, come up, unwind, and take a little windshield wiper side to side. Let the knees flop one way and the other, as you're on one side, you might rub that hip on the floor. And then let's come back onto our backs. Can bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock. And just check in with your body. We are winding things down, and you can wrap up your practice in any way you choose. So you might just ask what's needed If something jumps out at you, feel free to do that, whatever it is. If you're not sure, you can maybe do an inversion, maybe a restorative pose. A spinal twist is often a good way to finish things off. And maybe there's nothing that's really needed, in which case just start getting comfortable, coming into your final rest, shavasana. Whatever you've chosen, just feeling that fully, keeping your breath deep until you're ready to let go and your final rest. When you do come into shavasana, you can let go of the control of your breath. Let go of doing anything. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Taking a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.